demonstrate. So all of this writing on these closed door briefings is happening right now during the closed door. Don't have a full picture of that yet because there are multiple entrances into that secure location. So members can go all sorts of ways to try to avoid the press. Of course, we've been denied access to shoot near the entrance where members will be going in. So we don't have that for the public to see. The public also will not see what is in the contents of this report. We do know that Susan Collins is in there. She was spotted by a number of reporters going into the briefing. We do know that Jeff Flake is in there as well. We believe Lisa Murkowski is in there as well. We'll wait to see whether those two other Democratic senators who are at risk of defecting, who may defect and may consider supporting Judge Brett Kavanaugh, Heidi Heitkamp, Joe Manchin, when they will get briefed. But right now, on the Democratic side, a smaller group has been briefed on this. The Senate Judiciary Committee members that are talking to the staff. We'll wait to the full Democratic caucus see when they get their briefing, but all happening very rapidly in this pivotal day. Yeah, and I think what we'll probably hear from the Democrats is that not enough witnesses have been interviewed. From our understanding, about 9 witnesses have been interviewed as part of these investigations to those 2 women who made the allegations, Christine Bobby Ford, about her allegation that Brett Kavanaugh sexually assaulted teenagers in high school, Debbie Ramirez, who alleged that Brett Kavanaugh exposed himself to her while they were in Yale together. Both of the representatives from both of those camps said they provided a number of witnesses for the FBI to interview to potentially corroborate their story. And those representatives for Ramirez and Ford contend that those witnesses were not interviewed. Democrats themselves have said there should be roughly 24 or so witnesses that should be interviewed. That does not appear, that does not happen. It does not appear to be the case. And we'll see the Democrats are concerned with the hearings right now.
Good morning, everyone. I'm going to make just a brief statement. Then the Democratic leader will make a brief statement, and I'm not going to take any questions.
Nor am I.
At 9 o'clock this morning, my staff and I reviewed the FBI's report into sexual assault allegations against Brett Kavanaugh. Let me be clear, I can't talk about the detail because this remains a confidential part of the background report. I hope that changes are made and we'll be able to talk more about what the FBI did later. But what I can say is that the most notable part of this report is what's not in it. As we noted by the White House, the FBI did not interview Brett Kavanaugh, nor did the FBI interview Dr. Blasey Ford. What we've heard from numerous people over the last few days seeking to provide information to the FBI. We have seen even more press reports of witnesses who wanted to speak with the FBI but were not interviewed. Deborah Ramirez's lawyer said he was unaware of any corroborating witnesses who were interviewed. Candidly, what we reviewed today in a very limited time, I was there, I had to leave, the report is in parts, and I had the opportunity to read some, but not all of it. It looks to be a product of an incomplete investigation that was limited, perhaps by the White House, I don't know. But the White House certainly blocked access to millions of documents from Judge Kavanaugh's record, I know that, and ensured that 90% of his emails and memos weren't available for the Senate or the public in the hearings. It now appears that they also blocked the FBI from doing its job. Democrats agreed that the investigation's scope should be limited. We did not agree that the White House should tie the FBI's hands. It's simply not credible to say that public testimony in last week's hearing is a substitute for interviews by FBI agents. Not only do senators lack the expertise of FBI agents, we were only given 5 minutes to question Judge Kavanaugh. So, in my view, from what I saw, the investigation was very limited, and it will be interesting after all of the members have an opportunity to read the documents, and we have an opportunity in public to discuss our conclusions, what the findings are.
Thank you, Senator Feinstein. I just have 3 points to make. One, we had many fears that this was a very limited process that would constrain the FBI from getting all the facts. Having received a thorough briefing on the documents, those fears have been realized. Second, I disagree. Having received a briefing on all of the documents, I disagree with Senator Grassley's statement that there was no hint of misconduct. And third, we are reiterating our call, given how limited these documents were and how limited the scope of this investigation was. We are reiterating our call that the documents with proper redaction be made public. Why shouldn't all of America see the facts? And second, we are reiterating our call to make the directive that the White House and Counsel McGahn sent to the FBI public, because we believe it greatly constrained the investigation from the get-go. The fact that there's only one document in there for 100 senators is another example of constraining the ability of all senators and the American public to see the whole truth and nothing but. Thank you.
Senator, what do you mean that you disagree with Senator Grassley's statement that there's no hint of misconduct? Senator? Yes, sir.
I managed to split the difference. I sold Marissa and let me shoot on this guy a little bit.